statement from the Navi Malachi, who is the last of the Nevi'im of the Jewish people. The Lord says, Sof Nevuah Malachi, the last of the Nevi'im, is the Navi Malachi. Malachi lived at the time of the rebuilding of the Second Temple, when the Jewish people came back from Bavel and began the rebuilding of the Second Temple of the Second Commonwealth. He was one of the Nevi'im. There were three Nevi'im at one time, Haggai, Zechariah, and Malachi, and he was the final one. It's a matter of opinion in the rabbis, in the Gemara, as to who Malachi really was. There's an opinion that the Talmud mentions that he is Mordechai, the famous Mordechai from the fame of Megillah Esther. And there's an opinion in the rabbis that he is Ezra. Ezra, the scribe who wrote the book of Ezra, but even perhaps more importantly, he was the founder of the Anshe Knesset Toldot, the men of the Great Assembly, and the man that rejuvenated Jewish life in Palestine, and he and Nehemiah were the ones that built the second Beis HaMikdash and built the second Commonwealth. There's a third opinion that he's just plain old Malachi. And he's a third person completely separate from the others. It's interesting to note, I always find it fascinating that on a matter such as that, there can be a dispute. We know, we have exactly what he said, and we have his ideas and everything, but who he was, that matter is somehow left shrouded in the mysteries of history. But it's that way very often in Jewish life and Jewish scholarship. We have many famous works of scholarship which are completely anonymous. And even those that we do know the authors, we are always much more concerned with what they had to say than with the actual details of their public and private life. There's a famous anecdote that is told about the great Rabbi Dr. Adriel Hildesheimer, who was the head of the Hildesheimer Seminary in Berlin at the turn of the century, and who was a great biblical scholar and a great Talmud Chacham. Across the street from the Hildesheimer Seminary was the famous Wissenschaft das Judentum, the institution that was established to scientifically examine Judaism and all of the great people of Judaism. And it was basically not a very religious institution. It was catered to the Reform viewpoint of Judaism. And once Hildesheimer was interviewed and was asked what does he see as the basic difference between his institution, which is on one side of the street, and the other institution, which was on the other side of the street, he said, after all, they are both scholarly and they're both devoted to Jewish knowledge, and what's the difference? So he said that if you want to know what Rashi said, then you have to come by me. If you want to know what color shirt Rashi wore, then you have to go across the street. An overstatement, but it's a clear understanding of where he was coming from, at least, and what he intended to do. So we find that even when dealing with prophets, not just dealing with ordinary mortals, that a matter as to who was the prophet is also somehow not as important to us as what the prophet said. What he had to say, how he said it, and what his message was. So that's something to be borne in mind in our studies here of the Tanakh. So this is the first chapter of the Navi Malachi, and it deals to a certain extent with the comparison between Esav and Yaakov, between the two brothers, which forms the basis of the story that is told to us in the Parsha of Toldot. Here we have one of the great problems of life, a problem that we know exists, but that's very hard to deal with. Here you have two children who are genetically the same. Not only genetically the same, they are fraternal twins. They come from the womb of the same mother. They are inseparable from the moment of conception. And they are raised in the same environment, in the same house. How do you explain it? The answer is we don't explain it. We just don't know. It's an element of personality within each and every human being, and also an element of free choice. Now, rabbis use it for the example to say that you can choose to be the most righteous person in the world, you can choose to be the most evil person in the world. No one is predestined to righteousness, and no one is predestined to evil. And this is the example. Rivka grows up in the house of Suel and Lavan, and she comes out a fine, moral, upstanding, great, noble person. Esau grows up in the house of Rivka, and he comes out, Mr. T. He comes out just brute force, violence, cruelty, complete utter disregard for the future and for any values more than what the present moment implies. It's hard. It's very hard. I see it in yeshiva often. I'm certain everybody sees it in their own family. Every child is a world unto himself or herself. And you don't. I don't say in yeshiva we have 108 students. You need 108 yeshivas. That's really the truth. Everyone is different. But I'm always fascinated. Yeshiva Baruch Hashem has a lot of brothers. We go through, a family, or family goes through us, depending how you look at it. And the brothers are all different. They are just all different. And it's an amazing thing. And sometimes you have a brother that comes in and announces to you beforehand. He says, I am not my brother. That usually is the case if the brother was a superior student. So he wants to put you on notice that you shouldn't hold him to that standard. But it is one of the inexplicable things in life. And educational psychologists have poured out a lot of ink on this matter. So we really don't quite understand the dynamics of it. We just know that is what happens. That's how people are. And that's why it's senseless, according to Jewish viewpoint, in terms of parenting, it's senseless for parents to take on needless guilt. Heartache we are bound to take on. That cannot be prevented. But guilt, what did I do wrong? Most of the time, it's not only a fruitless question, most of the time it's an inaccurate question. But I did the same thing to the other one, and the other one turned out great. So, I don't know. Hard to feel feel one's way through this minefield. So the Navi begins. Masa Dvar Hashem El Yisrael. The word Masa meaning a burden of prophecy. The Navi Malachi, as do other Nevi'im, uses the word Masa as a term for prophecy. In modern day Hebrew, the word is used for an essay. A serious essay on a subject can be called a Masa because it's a weight, it's a burden. And prophecy was not a light matter. It was not something that was frivolous. It was always a burden. It was something that was heavy. So this was the burden of prophecy through Israel, Biad Malachi, through Malachi. God says, now the style of Malachi, we have seen that every prophet has his own style, or her own style, and prophet is Torah, etc. So everyone has their own style. The style here is always a dialogue between God and Israel. The Navi quotes both, back and forth. So he begins by quoting God. God says, I love you. Easily said, right? If you love me, then how come you're such an awful person to me? Then why doesn't it work? So the Jewish people said back, how do you love us? Where do we see your love? Some love. We have nothing but trouble from it. So God answers. Again, only Jews could structure such a conversation. In the non-Jewish world, everybody walks around and says, God loves you. Right? But it's only their God, and only if you're behaving yourself the way that's not love. If you love somebody only when they're good, so then that's not love. Love is being able to put up with the definition of love is that the Ribono Shalom has an abiding love for Israel. No matter what we do, God still loves us. And it works vice versa. No matter what God does, we still love God. And again, our generation is an example of it. I always have that feeling that there still are Jews in the world. There still are Jews that are loyal to Torah. There still are Jews that care about God. So that's an expression of love, because it's very easy to walk away from it. Very easy to walk away from it without being too much of a name dropper. But Jackie and I had dinner last week with Mr. and Mrs. Edie Wiesel, and when we visited Miami Beach. And we were talking about it, we were comparing Nobel Prizes. And
we would both do one.
Yeah, I know you did. I'm not looking for the 300 grand. 1 month in the machine. So, I'm always struck, I'm sure you were also struck, the man got up in front of the whole world, he put on a yarmulke, and he made a bracha, and he told me that they had not just kosher food for the dinner in his honor, but that he made them bring the kosher food from Jerusalem. He could have gotten kosher catering from Copenhagen, but he made him bring it from Jerusalem so that would also be present, and the king of Norway sat and ate kosher. It isn't that they gave him the fruit plate and everybody else it's a hunger fest. Right? Everybody ate kosher, right? They wanted to eat kosher. So I thought, here's a man that he's a graduate of Auschwitz University, right? Magna cum laude. And there would be no kasha on me, if he didn't put on me. If he didn't eat kosher. I don't agree with it, but it's not against, it's understandable in the framework of things. And yet, that's not the situation. And he can do anything in the world, right? I think Basheva Singer didn't eat kosher. He can do anything in the world he wants to. And he chooses to do this, so then that's an expression of love of the Ribono Shalom. And even though, there's a lot of even though, and that really is a pasuk in the book of Eob. Eob says, the Ribono Shalom, Ein yakti leini lo ayachel. Even when you kill me, God, I hope onto you. You're not going to shake me. After they have the whole debate and the whole 42 chapters there, and they're arguing back and forth, in the end, God says, okay, I can't explain it to you. And Eob says, okay, can't explain it. So we have the relationship is somehow rebuilt. How? What? How do we explain what happened? The answer is that we don't explain it, but somehow the relationship of love between God and man is such that it can withstand even these most terrible of circumstances and events. And that's true in a person's private life, and that's true in the Jewish people's national life. So therefore, the Jewish people said to God, how did you love us? Where do you see your love? So God answers, listen, he had a brother Esav. Esav is easier to love than Yaakov. Esav's got more on the ball. Esav's a champion of the world. And you see that Yitzchak loved Esav. And God says, and I chose to love you and not to love Esav. I always reminded of the couplet by the poet, how odd of God to choose the Jews. Which says the point very well. God says, I could have, I don't have to play with the loser in the world, I can play with the winners. I don't have to also be a member of the minorities. And the Jewish people are tough people to deal with. Boav is Yaakov, and I love Yaakov. Ves Esav sonetzi, God says, and Esav I despise. Bo'osim es horav shmama, the end will be that his places will be desolate. Vesnachaloso l'sanos midbar, and his inheritance will be mountains in the desert, dwelling places of the jackals. The end is that Esau is destroyed. Now you have to have a long view of history of that, because Esau has been on top so many times and for such long periods of time that it's unimaginable to us that he can be destroyed. I'm reading a very good book on Russia from 1914 to 1918. Passage through Armageddon by Professor Lincoln, who has made a study of Russia. So he writes there, the day before the Tsar was overthrown, he was the Tsar. He refused to make any command. He was the Tsar. It's never going to change. So he said the Romanovs have been in power for over 400 years. Why should it change now? The nature of all empire and of all autocracy is that it's never going to change. And therefore, we look, for instance, at the communist regime in Russia now, and we're convinced it's going to be that way forever, right? Just as we're convinced that America is going to be forever, everything's going to be forever. But all of the world history shows us that nothing is forever. No one has lasted. I always think about that statue of the Emperor Hadrian that was on exhibit at the Metropolitan Museum in the exhibit of treasures from the Holy Land. So the curator himself mentions there that the irony of history is that this one statue is the only statue of Hadrian extant in the world. So and this Hadrian, who so persecuted the Jews, who killed Rabbi Akiva, who killed the Asor Arubim Malchus, who was such a tyrant, so he enjoys, quote, the benign captivity in the Israel Museum, unquote. That is ironic. In the long view of things, the Roman Empire, the only one that cares about the Arch of Titus are the Jews. Titus is long since gone. So that's what the Navi says. That the end is, what is the sign of the fact that I despise Esau? Is that Esau does not stand the test of time. He will disappear. He's not going to be around. And you will be. Kisomar Edom Lushashnu Venoshu Venivne Chorovos. Edom, Esau will say, Lushashnu, we have been destroyed, but we're going to rebuild ourselves. Right? Noshu Venivne Chorovos. We will come back and rebuild what has been destroyed. God says it never happens. No empire has ever rebuilt itself. No civilization has ever come again a second time. Nobody has ever returned to their old home country again. Only one people in the history of the world. Nobody else has done it. There's no second chance for Esau. Kolomar Hashem Svokos Heimel Yivnu Vani Eros. They will build and I will destroy it. Let them build. They will be called the borders of evil, the country of evil. They will be the people that God's anger is apparent upon them forever. They will never come back again. You won't see it happen again. You don't see England that says today, let's build the empire back. And no one even has the desire to do so, let alone the wherewithal to do so. Gone is gone. But Beinechem Tirena, God says, your eyes will see it happen. You will be present for it. You will see it. The Atem Tomru, and you shall say, Yigdal Hashem, that God will become great. God's fame, so to speak, will spread throughout the world. Me'al Ligvul Yisrael, over and above all the boundaries of Israel. There's a great flap in the newspapers and in the media about our good friend Cardinal O'Connor. But he met with him, he didn't meet with him, it's official, not official. But everybody, in my opinion, at least everybody misses the point. Did you ever hear in the history of the world, that the Vatican and the Cardinal, should have to potchka with us? Diplomatic protocol. It's not, the Jews are has to come on to the Jewish people to celebrate Christmas. Now that's a remarkable, you see, that's the theological point. That's a remarkable occurrence that no one speaks about. That is swept aside, but that is the craw, that's the bone that sticks in the throat. That's the problem, you know, and the cardinal needs an Israeli visa to come. You're talking about 1,500 years of church history dealing with the Jewish people. They never dealt with us that way before. Never happened before. Never. And you would never have imagined it to happen. And according to their theology, it can't happen. So, it's a problem. It really is a problem. So all of these things are momentous events. They are the fulfillment of prophecy, but God does it in such a way that we're able to take it, because if we saw it in all of its great trappings, then we would collapse. Our hearts would burst. That's the Barbanel says that's the pshat. Shir Amalos b'shuv Hashem es shiva Sion oyinu kecholmi. God will make us as dreamers when Zion is restored. In a dream, you can see a lot of fantastic things. You never die from a dream. Things happen in a dream that if it happened in real life, the person would not survive. But the dream, you can survive. Our subconscious is able to deal with it. So, Hoyinu Keholmi, we shall be as in a dream. Things will happen and we won't see it clearly. We won't see it for what it is, because we couldn't take it to see it. It would just be, it's too much to bear. So therefore, God does it this way. He has to do it this way. Otherwise, there's no way for us to deal with it. Well, you know, the Pope goes to Poland with less furor than the Cardinal of New York goes to Jerusalem. Somehow they all straighten it out. It's not a problem. Right here, everything's a problem. Now God says to us, Bein Yechaberov, a son is supposed to give honor to his father. Ve'eved Adonov, and a servant to his master. Now these imageries are used throughout the Tanakh, and we use them in davening. That's the relationship of God to the Jewish people. The relationship is either as a master to a servant or as a parent to a child. And we say that in the davening of Rosh Hashanah, right? Hayom hara salom, hayom yamid b'mishpat kol yitzur halomim im kevonim im ka'avodim. Either we are your children or we are your servants. But whichever way, yeah, those are the parameters of our relationship. So God says, if I am your father, I ain't kvodi, and where's my honor? And if I'm your master, I ain't moroi. So a servant is afraid of his master. An employee is afraid of his employer. God says, and he has a particular complaint to the priests, to those who are in Jewish public service, Bozei Shmi, who defile my name. Ba'amartem, so you will say, Ba'mer Bozinu Shmecha, what do we do? What do we do wrong? So God answers, Magishim al Mizbechi Lechem Magol. They put on my altar spoiled bread, rotten bread. And then they say, well, why is God displeased with us? And all he says, to God you are willing to give second best, third best. Whatever is left over, that's what you give to God. And whatever is first class, you take for yourself. When you say, Shulchan Hashem Nivzehu, you say, well, God's table, it's not so honorable. It's good enough. The old anecdote about the parent that gave the child 2 nickels, one to buy a candy bar. See how old the anecdote is. One to buy one to put in the charity box. And the kid goes skipping happily down the street, and one of the nickels falls from his hand and rolls down the gutter and into a sewer and gone. So the child is perplexed for a moment and then turns up and looks at heaven and says, well, God, there went your nickel. That's what the Navi is talking about. The Navi is talking about that type of priority, that God's table is second, right? Our responsibility to God always somehow takes a back seat. So you say to God, well, what have we done to anger you? I mean, we're doing our best. And God says, you're not really doing your best, because I see how you behave towards others. I see when you really want to do something. I'm always reminded of my friend in Chicago who for years, when we went to the yeshiva, could not get up for the minyan. Never got up for the minyan. After 10 years, the mashgiach who took care of him could no longer bear it, so he cursed him. He said, you'll see, you'll have to get up for the minyan. And what happened is that the guy married the daughter of the largest wholesale vegetable dealer on the Chicago produce market. So, and he took him into business, so the guy's up 3:30 every morning. But by 6 o'clock it's all sold out, so you got to be at the produce market by 4. So whenever I see him, he comes up to me and says, you know, Mashiach cursed me. But he said, you know, it's true, you know, you can't get up, Rabbi, I can't get up. But you'll see, you know, if you're in a business, if you're in something that you have to get up, you'd be surprised when you can get up. You can get up your whole life, you can get up 3:30 in the morning. So that's the idea that the Navi advances here. Magishim al mizbechi lechem magolo. Right? They give this kind of bread. V'chisagishim iver lizboach ein ra. If you send up a priest who is blind, who is maimed, nothing wrong. V'chisagishu piseach v'chol ein ra. And if you send up someone who is crippled or ill, there's nothing wrong. And the Navi, in effect, is saying the old Jewish problem that a person that is not successful in any other field of endeavor will put him into the Jewish field of endeavor, right? He can be the Jewish public servant. If he has any talent, he should be a doctor, a lawyer, you know, an accountant, a businessman, something. But if he's to the Pasha, bring him to your emperor. Try and pull that stunt, you know, go to the White House that way. Dress that way, behaving that way. Hayirtzecha, will he like it? Will the officer of the watch feel honored? Oh, Ayiso Ponecha, Amar Hashem Tzvokos, will he show you honor? Will he show you respect with that attitude? The Talmud uses this phrase, Hakriveu no lefechosecha, is the measure of the Talmud of all human behavior. Would you behave that way towards the king? Would you behave that way towards a government official? Would you talk that way to someone whom you felt had power over you? That's the measure how a person should measure his behavior. So the Navi says, come, ask God for forgiveness. That God will have mercy upon us. If from your hands this is what you give, you come to somebody's house and you give him a half-started bottle of wine. So it would be better. Better not to bring anything, right? People feel that would be an insult, right? You give them a half-started box of candy. So that's what the Navi says. Shall I give you honor? Shall I say, yeah, good enough, my children? Not manners. This is what Chazal always meant when they said, Derech Eretz Kodmo LaTorah. Derech Eretz comes before Torah. So this is simple Derech Eretz, courtesy, right? Don't treat God worse than you would treat the person in the post office, or the IRS officer, or the judge in court. God is not less than that. Now, this is the connection to Esav and Yaakov. The problem with Esav is not that he ignores God, but God is in third place, or fourth place, or fifth place. He does not have a priority. And because he doesn't have a priority, so therefore Esav behaves in this abominable fashion. Therefore Esav is this wicked person. Not that he's insensitive and he doesn't believe. Esav believes, but it just doesn't take the major part of his life. It does not occupy a position of any great importance to him. His own pleasures, his own pursuits, his own behavior, that's what's important to him. God is very secondary for him. And that's the comparison of Yaakov and Esav. That's why the Navi dwells on it. That's the connection to the Parsha of Toldot. Esav, the example is that Esav sells his birthright for a bowl of cereal, or stew, or chili, or whatever. What does that mean? It means that he's not willing to sacrifice this much. He's not willing to go hungry for another hour. Right? He's ready to give everything up, right? As long as he has what to eat. As long as he has right now. And that's the effect of Esav throughout. Sure, he would like, when he comes to Yitzchak, he wants to be blessed. Give me also a blessing. I also want to be a righteous person. But he doesn't want to pay the price. He doesn't. He's just unwilling to pay the price. And that's the idea that the Navi emphasizes here. God says, who among you would have the nerve, the honesty at least, to close the doors to the Beis HaMikdash? Who asks you to come? Who needs you? Don't do me any favors, God says. Don't light the fire on my Mizbeach, on my altar for nothing. You're not doing me any favors. That attitude that you do God a favor, he says, I don't need you. I have no desire to have you under those circumstances. And I will not accept any gifts from you. You're not doing me a favor. I don't need you. God here, in the words of the Navi, God says, it's too bad, he says, about the Goyim, because the Goyim really know how to serve God. They don't, but they know how to do it. I cut it out, I put it up on the bulletin board in the yeshiva last week. In the sports section of the New York Times, there was an article that the Texas Rangers signed a pitcher who was a Seventh-day Adventist. And in his contract, he put in the contract that he will not pitch Friday nights or Saturday. And they gave him $400,000 for signing the contract. What shall we say? That's good. But Sandy Koufax is also a pitcher. And he was Sandy Koufax is a Hall of Fame pitcher, right? If he would have insisted, the Dodgers would also, right? So he didn't pitch Yom Kippur, right? And 50 years ago, Hank Greenberg played on Yom Kippur because his Reform rabbi told him that for the good of baseball, he should play on Yom Kippur. That's what the Navi, the Navi is very relevant. The Navi speaks to life the way it is. He said, look at the Goyim. By the Seventh-day Adventist, right? So you won't be a baseball player, that's it. I won't do it. From the east of the sun, where the sun begins until it sets in the west, he said, I have a big name among the Goyim. The whole Mokom, everywhere in the world, Muktor, Mugosh, Lishmi. There is incense, and there are offerings given over to me, Mincha Tahora, the best flour, the best of everything is offered. The Sistine Chapel's got a lot of gold in it. Best. I have a big name by the Goyim. They haven't got staying power. But the prophet Yonah tells God that that's why he didn't want to go to Nineveh, because he knows if he goes to Nineveh, the Goyim will do tshuva, the Goyim will repent. It's easier to deal with the Goyim. I always used to say the best of all worlds is, an Orthodox rabbi with a non-Jewish congregation. The attitude is better. But as for you, Machalomim also, you desecrate my name. You walk around with my name called upon you, and you behave in a fashion that desecrates my name. God is stuck with us, right? We're wearing his uniform. Ve'amorchem, you say, Shulchan Hashem Magolohu. God's table, despicable. What are you talking about? What? And you speak out and say, whatever God gives us to eat, it's not good. That's not right. It's not what we're looking for. So you cheapen me, and they enhance me. You say it's not good, they say it's great. So God says, how can you not suffer by comparison? V'amartem, and you say, Hine matlo, v'pachtem also. Behold, I will inflate it, we will build it, we'll make it good, we will strive to improve it. And then what do? V'avesem gozu, you bring to my mizbeach stolen goods. Mitzvah bo b'dei aveira, the Gemara discusses. A person steals an asterisk and he comes to shul. That happens. A person steals money, he gives charity. He's doing God a favor. Many times he is honored thereby. It's very hard. I want to tell you, I'm in the business. Very hard. I don't say about anybody. If the mafia came over to me and said, here's $500,000. We have to get rid of it. Here, take it. I would think about it. I hope I would say no, but I am no longer in the position of saying that I wouldn't even think about it. I was once in the position where I would say I wouldn't even think about it. That's what happens. So you bring to my mizbeach stolen goods. Esapiseach, what is crippled, esachole, what is sick, vavesem esamincha, and you bring it as a gift. And I'm supposed to smile and say, good. So God says, do I desire that? Do I say, okay, I accept it? You don't want to have a false God. That God doesn't appreciate that. Famous pasuk. Cursed is the man, Nochel, who brings a cripple, and he has in his sheep pen a beautiful sheep that he could have brought. Maybe if you have all cripples, okay, right. So you give me the best that you have. I don't want to get into my tuition speech, but that's also part of it, right? There's nothing left for you. By the time the person is done spending all the money that one has to spend on oneself, so it's true, there's nothing left for you. But God says, I don't accept a cripple if you have good sheep in your herd. If they're all cripples, then it's very good. God will take a nickel also. And he pledges and gives moshchos, what is destroyed, to the Rabboni Shalom. That's what he gives to God. God says that's unacceptable to me. That's Esau. That's why I despise Esau, because he treats me that way. Ki melech godol lani, Omar Hashem Tzvokos. I am, after all, a great king, that the Pasuk is said with irony. I'm at least President Reagan. Ushmi Nora Bagoyim. And among the nations of the world, my name is awesome. I have a reputation. That is succinctly put the problem that the Navi addresses. And it need not be addressed only physically. It's an attitude to life, an attitude towards everything. Like I mentioned, getting up in the morning to the minyan, coming late to davening, an attitude towards davening, an attitude towards one's children, an attitude towards towards what is important in life. Those are the attitudes. So if God is second best, I applied for a certain financial arrangement that I have to go through. So I was by a financial consultant. So he says, bring your income tax returns. I brought my income tax return for the last 2 years. He looks at it, he says, quote, he says, you give too much charity, unquote. I said, what does that mean? He says, for a person your income, he said, you give too much charity. I said, wait. What if you go on vacation too often, right? You drive too many cars. You spend too much money on the phone. Nobody says that. I have oftentimes I ask people for money, so they tell me, well, I'd love to give you, but my accountant won't let me. My accountant says, I can't give, And they believe it, the accountant said, they're afraid of the accountant. He's afraid of his wife, afraid of the accountant, but he's not afraid of God. Ultimately, he's not afraid of whom he should be afraid of. Or I'm oversubscribed for this year. Like I told him, right? So, but you don't stop eating December 15th or spending money, right? But he's oversubscribed. Can't do it, right? I was in Miami last week collecting money for the yeshiva, so it was the last week of the year. So in one way it was beneficial because a lot of people, especially this year, felt, it was good. But then I had other people that told me, Rabbi, why'd you come now? I can't give anything anyway. It's over with. I said, so give me a check for 2 weeks from now. Right? No, we don't give you. But can. That's the win, and they're not kidding when they say they can't. That's what God says, right? Therefore, I want to tell it to you straight, God says, to the Kohanim, because God's wrath is upon the Jewish leaders because they are supposed to be the example. They're supposed to be the role model. That's the way it's supposed to look. Like President Nixon's income tax returns were revealed. It showed that he gave out an income of $400,000. He gave $400 charity. So that's unpitied by a large percentage of the American people. That's terrible. Terrible. A person who is a leader is supposed to be a leader. If you don't listen, and you don't care about my honor, and you don't try and improve, then you're the one that's going to be punished. I will send a curse upon you, a curse that will destroy everything that you try to save will be taken from you. Everything that you're skimping upon in order to have and not to give me, that will be taken from you. Rosi, I will curse as birchosechem, your blessing. The Gemara has a famous phrase that it uses regarding certain types of money. The Gemara says, it's not that it's not kosher money. The Gemara just says, Ein roeh siman bracha. That money will not be a bracha for him. That bracha, Rahman al-Islam, there's money that has to be spent for things that we would rather not spend. I laughed to myself that I had to have some root canal work done on a tooth. And when it's over, you got to pay for the joy. Right? And it's a big bill not small money. So the guy tortured you for like four times for 4 hours, and you paid him big money. All right, but if somebody would have come to me a week before and said, I need $500 for Achnos Calendar, $500, and I say, you're crazy, I don't have the $500 to give you. And I don't. But I paid the $500. That ain't a roa semen bracha. There's money there, but that money doesn't bring a bracha to you. Because I'll say a person that takes money for public Jewish service, not that that's his regular employ, but that he takes money for doing something. So the Gemara says it's legal. There's no question it's legal. But the Gemara says ain't a roa semen bracha. That's why rabbis never become wealthy. And that's why the system always was that, until the 14th century, the system was that nobody was ever paid. All of these were voluntary jobs. But the goal is such that it was unable to maintain itself that way. The I will see to it that it is cursive, because you don't get it. You don't put it on your heart. You're not sensitive to what I'm saying. So I will see to it that what you plant will grow wild, not the way you expect it. There's a reseed perish al pneichem, and I will sprinkle your face with dung, the Navi says. Perish chageichem, the dung of your sacrifices. The noso eschem elo, and that you will have to carry it. You'll have to bear it. Then you will know that God gave you this mitzvah. You have the opportunity to serve me. If you want to serve me, then it's the greatest of all lives. If you don't want to serve me, then it will turn out to be a disaster. You will not escape. I made a covenant, God says, with the tribe of Levi. The tribe of Levi are the Kohanim, the Leviim, the priests and the Levites, who are the Jewish civil service, so to speak, the leaders of the Jewish people. We were set aside for this purpose. I have set you aside to serve me. You want to serve me? You want to behave yourself? You want to do it correctly? Good. Otherwise, then just the opposite will happen. Also a very famous pasuk. My covenant is with the tribe of Levi, ha'chayim v'asholom. It's the covenant of life and the covenant of peace, of tranquility, of eternal life. That's what it can be. I have given you the gift of being frightened by Yiro'eni, and I expect you to be frightened of me. God gives us certain instinctive gifts. The fear, anxiety is a gift because it warns us of dangers. And God says, so that use it to fear me. The famous example is in the Song of Ha'azinu, where the Rebbe Shalom says, Tur Yolod Chateshi, Moshe says, God created you with the ability to forget. Tishkaf Keil Macholelecha, and you forgot the God that created you. Forgetting is a marvelous gift. If a person could not forget, then we could not survive. We remembered every moment's pain and every moment's embarrassment and all that. We just couldn't survive. So the ability to push it back into the recesses of our mind, into our subconscious, that's an enormous gift. God gave us that gift. The Dubna Maggid is the famous mashal that a man was once a terrible debtor, and he owed money to everybody, and his creditors were hounding him. So one of his friends, who was also a creditor of his, came over and he said, listen, anybody that comes, pretend that you're insane, roll on the floor, drool. After a while, now, Meshuggah, what can they do? They'll let you alone. So he tried it 2 times, 5 times, 10 times. Everybody in town knew he was Meshuggah. Nobody came to collect money anymore. So he went back in the business, and he made money, and all his creditors forgot about it. One day, this guy again, the idea came to him, and he said, New Yankel, now, how about paying me up? You're doing well. So he started rolling and drooling and everything. So he said, don't play that game with me. I gave you the idea. So the Dubna Maggid says, that's what God said. I gave you the gift of forgetting. So what did you do? You forgot subservient. Torah's emes hoiso befiu. Here's the description of the Kohen. That he speaks Torah, and the Torah he speaks is truth. V'avla lo nimtza b'svasav. And his lips have not found perversion, lies, falsehoods, nothing twisted. B'sholom u'v'mishor holachiti. He goes with me upon the straight path, in harmony, in tranquility, in peace. V'rabim heishiv me'olov. And he has the ability, therefore, to influence many and to turn them away from evil. He's a role model. And people see him, and they admire him, and they imitate him, and he is able, therefore, to have an influence upon others. Eventually, we all know that all the sermons and all the writings and everything, no matter how important, are not as great as the role model itself. If you see a good person, then you gain something. The lips of the Kohen are made to guard knowledge, to guard wisdom. That's what you should hear from a Kohen. And they will come to ask him words of Torah. Because he is a messenger of the Lord God. So the Gemara here has, again, one of its great inspired droshes. The Gemara says, Torah yavakshu mipiyu. And they will search Torah from his lips, from his mouth. The Gemara says, when will they come to him to learn Torah? If he's Malach Hashem Tzvokos, so if he's an angel. If it is apparent that he is a godly person. But if it's not apparent, then nobody wants his Torah. And nobody appreciates it. And that's what Chazal meant, that sometimes Torah is the elixir of life to a person, and sometimes, God forbid, it can have negative aspects upon him. He's better off without it. Because it doesn't become part of his personality. He's not able to deal with others. So the Gemara says, the Torah yavakshu mipiyu. They will search Torah from his mouth, from his lips. When will that happen? Ki malach Hashem tzvokos. When he is a malach Hashem. When he is in the eyes of people, the true messenger of God. He has angelic qualities to him, special qualities to him. So then people will see Torah and they'll want to study from him. If they don't see that, then unfortunately he is a failure in his mission, a failure in the task that God has given to him.